Do you feel like you have your own gifts and you want to explore and expand them? How many times do you have dreams that just come true, or you will simply know something? Well, guess what? You can expand and develop your gifts today. Go to colbyrebel.com and visit my classes. I have e courses that you can watch and learn in the comfort of your home. Everything from intuition, psychic, to even connecting to loved ones on the other side. So visit colbyrebel.com and start developing your gifts today.
Sometimes I feel like a star, but only strictly where I'm famous. I'm in this for the longest haul, like we'll see where it takes us. I'm throwing back these double shots like whiskey here is weightless. Cause this career I chose was even riskier than Vegas, yo.
Oh, hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Colby Rebel Show. I am your host, Colby Rebel, where my goal tonight is to bring your loved ones a little bit closer. And what an exciting opportunity we have for you tonight to get a message. So make sure you get into those call lines 310-997-4966. 310-997-4966. So, absolutely excited. As you know, I have a few events coming up. The tickets are selling so fast for this event that I'm about to share. As you know, a couple months ago, I had the fantastic Joe Shield on. He is a spirit artist, he's a teacher, and I just love him. He's been so supportive of me for several years now, and we are doing an event together. So this is Love and Messages, everybody. So Friday, February 12th, it is our way of celebrating love and your loved one. So it's great. Valentine's, we're still stuck inside, most of us. So you can make it a date night. You can make it a date night with us. You could connect to a loved one in spirit, but be sure to grab your tickets because they are going quickly. Okay. Now, the next round of circles are coming up, the development circles. We've had a blast with these, especially during the COVID, because getting so many people from all around the world. So, if the timing works for you, come and join us. We have the advanced circle. So, this advance is really for those who know what readings are, have practice readings, and you are able to do a fluid reading, but you want to develop it. You want to practice. You really want to get more detail. You want to get names, all that fun stuff. So that's for you. But if you're a beginner and you're like, hey, I just want to spread my spirit wings, right? Here we go. The beginner's development circle. This one is for you. So this is an opportunity for you to blossom, grow, develop every level possible. Make sure you join us. Come out for that event with Joe and I. It's going to be so much fun. But here's the important thing tonight. I have my fantastic friend and guest on with us tonight. I love him dearly. And the more I work with him, the more I love him. I was thinking today, I was putting everything together, I'm just looking, you always look at your guest when you have a guest, and they have to be in alignment with you, right? That's just part of it. You want to really be able to say, "Hey, I believe in this person and I know this person has something to share." And even as I was looking through his social media, and there's a constant. There's one thing that's unbelievably constant, and it's his warmth. He's incredibly accurate, and he's funny, and he's gracious, but there's just this love and this warmth, and it's so authentic. It's endearing. And so I'm going to ask him back a million times. He doesn't know it. I slowly, like a good woman, I just slowly reel him in. So anyhow, we are going to do readings tonight. We are going to connect with one another and connect with you. So get in those call lines. But he is a Canadian psychic medium. He is known for his accuracy. He's known for his warmth. He's known for his generosity. So please put your hands together for Matthew Stapley. Oh, hello, hello, Matthew.
Hey, thank you so much for having me back. And really, it's not going to take a very long fishing line to bring me here over and over and over again. I love coming on your show. So thank you very much.
Oh, it's so great to have you back, and my goodness, you've been a busy bee during this, pandemic, huh?
Always, pandemic or not, it's always crazy.
You know,
But
I
yeah, it's
find
been
that
busy.
I think when you serve spirit, I feel like it's when you're serving spirit and, like, spirit becomes your life in a way, I just think they constantly make you busy. They're like, "Oh, this one over here."
They're the most amazing, wonderful, beautiful bunch of frustrating jerks I've ever met in my life,
Yes.
to be completely honest, but in a very positive way. I think the challenges that they help us to get through as people
Mhm.
is phenomenal. And I feel very supported, and I also get to see how supported everybody else in the face of the earth is, and I think that may be even my favorite part, really.
And that's the incredible thing about it is our team, when you talk about the frustrating part, and we've all been through this. Anyone, if you guys are opening up to your guides, you get this. They will nudge you, right? And what happens is they may nudge you in a way that's a trigger for you. They may nudge you in a way that is uncomfortable for you. But in order to serve them, in order to honor, you have to work through what's uncomfortable for you. And they're like, it's for your highest good. But man, you know how it is. It's like, no, I'm not going to.
It's so true. I think there's an element of sensitizing that happens to all of us mediums and healers and speakers and everything. And that sensitization process is very uncomfortable. I mean, it's a breaking down of who we were
Yes.
essentially, and we go through the ego deaths
Mm.
and like the craziness just to become sensitive enough and aligned enough and selfless enough to serve properly and fully with our whole selves. When you hit rock bottom, there's not a whole lot you care about
Yeah.
anymore. And so going through that ego death really does sort of fine tune that connection, and at least in my experience, and it's hard, but it's worth it.
Yeah, and that's interesting. I think for me, I feel like what they do is they peel away to reveal who you've always been, right?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
who you are underneath of everything we put on top, the trauma, the experiences, the doubt, the ego, what we placed on they're like, "Yeah." It's like they're you know how it is? Okay, at the end of the year, you gotta go through the closet, right? You gotta throw away the old clothes because you got a lot of nice Christmas clothes, things like that, right? And you're getting through. That's pretty much like what they're doing for us, right? Yep, yep, that shirt is old. She doesn't need that. Yep, that trauma's old. She doesn't need that. Let's get rid of that belief system. She doesn't need that.
Oh, man, I think that might be the absolute best way I've ever heard anybody describe that process. No, truly, because it's so relatable. But yeah, no, I think that they just threw out all my shoes one day and gave me like new ones. Yeah,
Hopefully,
totally.
nice shoes. We all like nice shoes, right?
I get to see that people are helped, and to me, that's a really good pair of
Yes,
shoes for sure. Yeah.
absolutely. And when you see someone find peace with the passing of a loved one, and when they find a place to still find joy in their own circumstances and, work through their own challenges, right?
Oh, it's so true. And just I think the cool part too, and I'm sure that you get to see this as well because you're also somebody who kind of creates community wherever you go, is watching people that don't know each other
Yeah.
support each other in their process. That has got to be my favorite part about all of it. Like readings
Yeah.
aside,
Yeah.
I find that heart connection that builds between strangers just to be like totally mind blowing. It's a great example of spirit at work.
It's so intimate, it's so pure, right? It's very,
Yeah.
very pure, and I think if, above the clothes and the shoes, it really is about that connection and about love more than anything.
I think what I'm hearing you say is that it's about the purses. No, just kidding. But yeah, no,
Well,
I do agree.
yeah.
Or the handbags or whatever. In my case, the
The
belt, the wallet chains. Yeah, no, absolutely. I think that our what we're a part of is something so important and it's so beautiful. And
Yeah.
we're like the last stop after the psychiatrist for a lot of people. Like that didn't work, so they come looking for us. Somebody once said that we're either cheap psychiatrists or expensive bartenders, and I think that I think that's an accurate statement in a sense, because who else do you pour your heart out to? Your
Yeah.
psychic, your psychiatrist, your hairstylist, and your bartender. That's it.
Yes,
And
exactly.
so it's special. It's an honor. It's an
I
honor.
and I'm always saying it's actually funny because 'cause I'm always saying the hairdresser, the bartender, they're all intuitive, right? They're
Yeah,
all psychic anyway. That's why they're in those roles because
yeah.
they know people. They are people.
Yeah, I totally think you're right. I mean, I think there are examples of healers that
Mhm.
that are sometimes even overlooked. Like they're not
Yeah,
necessarily seen as healers, other than by the people that they've healed. But I think
yeah.
it's just such a yeah, it's super cool. I'm very happy to be a part of that.
And I think too, it's interesting because again, in LA, we have no bars open. We haven't had them open since March, and
Hmm.
you would say, "Gosh, there sure is a lot of drinkers in LA." And you know what it really is? It is that connection, right? We feel a sense of loss because you're used to talking to you get together with friends there, you get together with the staff there, and they become important to you in your life. And so when we're kind of separated, it makes you take a step back and say, "Hey, these relationships that even your acquaintances, they have a significance to your life for sure."
Very much so, and that feeling of fellowship, I think that will get people through anything that they're going through. If you think
Mhm.
about it, when we realize we're not alone, either at an interpersonal like earth plane level, or at a spiritual, transpersonal, connected with the higher selves and beings level. When we realize the moment we realize we're not alone in something, I mean, I don't think that I'm getting chills just talking about it. I don't think that there's anything else like that in the world. And, we're lucky in our work because we get to see that literally every single day. I think it's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. So now you have been a busy little bee, okay? And I didn't even know this was coming out and then I saw it and I thought, "My goodness, how wonderful." So you have put together a tarot deck.
I did. Yeah. I was literally challenged myself to build an entire deck in under 2 weeks, which was,
Wow. So
yeah, it was crazy.
the emotive tarot. I mean, the pictures and all. Okay, you got to. How did this happen? How did you get the pictures? How did you get the title? What happened here?
Sure. So I wanted to create a deck where people didn't have to know the traditional meanings of the cards. I
Uh
wanted a
huh.
deck where people could look at it and it would provoke an emotion for them. And so I sort of developed each card to provoke that emotion. So if you look at the different cards and the colors and the patterns and then the imagery, like I wanted it to bring a feeling up so that somebody could just whip out that deck and be able to read with it with ease. And also if people wanted to use it traditionally, they could as well. So that's really how I designed it. I did pretty much all of the artwork. The only thing that I didn't do is some of the icons that are in it, like in the major arcana especially. I did not draw those. I edited them and I fixed them up, and I put them together because a lot of them they didn't look anything like that when I got the publishing rights for them. But yeah, so it was fun. But all the backgrounds, all the card design, everything is by me.
I
Same
love
as all the
it.
other decks I've done.
I
Thank you.
love it. I love it. And when are these available? Where can they purchase them?
So they're like available. In fact, between now and no, February 5th, I have $10 off the deck. So if
Oh,
anybody wants them,
wow.
yeah. And they're made by a company called The Game Crafter. They've done all my decks. They're a fantastic company. And yeah, you can just order it from them directly. They'll like print it per order and mail it to you. I got mine pretty quickly. It was within a week or something like that. But this is the back of the cards. There's like sort of this side.
Oh,
There's sort of
beautiful.
this, yeah, like star thing and
Infinity. It's like an infinity with a
infinity.
star. Yeah.
Yeah,
All
and
right.
they're like
So
very bright cards.
Can you read a
Very
card for
bright.
me?
Sure.
Okay.
Do you have a question?
Yes, do I have to say it out loud?
No, I don't. You just say to the universe, Colby, I'll see what I get.
Okay,
How's
okay,
that?
okay. All right, I have one. Am I supposed to expand my physical space here? The actual center. Is it supposed to expand physically, larger?
You're going to, yes. It looks like so I see two things with it. One, yeah, I do see you expanding your physical space. It's interesting. I feel like it's going to happen over a period of time. I don't think it's instantaneous. I feel like this is something that's going to come between like over a 9 month period. So between
Mhm.
now and September, I see this growth. But they're also showing me a second space, and I don't know what to do with that. But and now I'm away from the cards, but
What?
they're showing me a second space, and I can when I go outside, I see hills or almost like a mountainy region in the background. And this place looks very. It looks smaller. It looks small, but it's not your main place. And I don't know why I'm seeing that, but I see a blonde woman. I see the letter L, like is in Laura, stepping towards you and she's handing you a key. It looks almost like what you would see in like a storefront or something, although I don't necessarily think that's what it's going to be. But they're showing me you opening this second space and it's really positive. I don't think it's necessarily in your immediate surroundings. So I think you're gonna have two places going on within 2 years, three at
Oh,
the most.
wow. Okay.
Yeah, you got the Page of Pentacles, 7 of
Yay.
Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles. So
Oh,
that's like
wow.
all business. I mean, that's really, really, really positive cards.
All
Yeah.
right. Good. Awesome. Well, thank you. That's awesome.
You're
See, you
welcome.
guys have got to have a deck of these. How about we take some callers? You wanna take
Yeah,
some
let's
callers?
let's
Answer
do
some.
it. Oh
Okay.
my god.
All
Are
right,
you kidding?
listen. Like we got to give them the house rules. They know. They're probably going to
Yeah.
tell you the house rules. I have the best listeners on the planet. They all know. They list them off for me. It's so cute. Even when I do a Zoom event now, they all go, "Okay, our phone is off. There's no ringing, dinging, blinging. We put the dogs away."
That's amazing.
All right, you guys at home, here's a couple things. We have the amazing Matthew. You got to play fair and square. One spirit per caller, okay? Just because we want to get some callers in there. There's a lot of people in the call line. Going to call you at random. Please know your question. If you have a psychic question, what exactly is the question? Who do you want to connect to? This way we can just kind of get in there, have fun. These are going to be quick, but we're going to have a blast. And let's see who is up here, okay? And listen for your area code. Here we go. How about 810? Hi,
Hi.
810.
Hi, this is Val. I was hoping to connect with my son.
Oh, hi, Val. Well, we have Matthew here. Matthew, Val would like to connect to her son.
All right. You ready, Val?
I'm ready.
All right, let's see what we get. So I'm just stepping into your energy field now. Okay, so hmm, would you understand a passing? Like he feels fairly young to me at his time of passing, and I also feel like this came on fairly quickly, or suddenly. Can you understand that?
Yes. Yep.
All right. And would you understand his personality to be kind of more like, when someone's like introverted, like they're within themselves a lot, but they like to be around people, but they're kind of like an introverted extrovert or something like that. And I also get a bit of a sadness that he carried with
Exactly.
him on the earth plane. I also, okay, this is weird. I just felt my fingers run over dog fur. So there's also a dog or an animal with him on the other side. He's talking about you changing things around your home or even possibly moving, whether that's happening now, or going to happen in the future over the year, or even into next year. He says to go with the flow with this. He says it will be a cloud, but with a silver lining. He says that he does sit with you constantly. He's also showing me that that at his end of life, he wants you to know that he was not afraid. He was not afraid. He's also mentioning a father figure that is still on earth. He is saying that he sends his father figure healing, that the relationship between the two of them was a little bit challenging, or they had some kind of a disconnect or something like that. He sends his father figure a lot of healing. He is bringing me to the month of August is important to him. So it could be birth, death, or something else of significance. He comes forward with a lot of love for you. He's in a good place. He's talking about your right foot or your feet, and he's showing me swelling or like inflammation or something like that. If that is happening now, or if that does happen, he does want you to get it looked at. I don't see it's anything bad or scary or anything like that. It's more about your life experience being better. If it's something that does end up happening, that you kind of get it looked at. Again, I don't see it being a scary thing. But yeah, no, he's definitely around you. Is there a specific question that you have?
I just want to know if he's okay.
Like
Aw.
100,000,000%.
He's
100%.
wonderful, but he's yeah, no, he's wonderful. He says he's better than you.
He probably is.
Oh, I wonder what's happening. That's interesting that you mentioned the move, Matthew. Val, what did you do to the front door? Did you either hang something around the front door outside of the house, or I don't know. He just showed me
Um,
the entrance to a doorway with an entrance.
I'm not sure.
Do you hang a wreath on it or anything for the holidays, or something on a front door? I felt like it's on a door.
I can't think of anything, but I'm not sure.
Okay, I'll leave it with you. If it comes in while we're talking, you let us know. But it's definitely him walking through the threshold, because I think he'd come in through the door though and say, "Hey, mom, I'm here. I'm home."
Oh, that's
He
what he did every night.
Yeah, and so I feel like he's still doing that even now, but I almost feel like something's different around the door. Either on the inside or the outside, you put something around this door and he's acknowledging it for you. So, just
Okay.
take note of that. And I know it's hard losing him. I know that's difficult, but it is knowing that he's right with you. Matthew, don't you get that he's kind of a sassy, or I don't want to call him a smart aleck, but he's a little bit he's
I
definitely got
I
this sense of humor, doesn't he?
I definitely pick up on kind of a bit of a sarcastic energy. The other thing that I got, and I don't know if this is like past, present, future, or whatever, Val, but he showed me the 6th of November, or like around that date is important. So again, there's nothing coming with it. So I can't say it's something that has already happened. It could be something coming. And the name Kelly or a K named female is somebody else he's talking about. And that person feels like they're on Earth to me. So maybe this person will come into your life or be significant if they aren't already, but I get
Okay.
really good vibes around this Kelly person or this K named female.
Okay. He passed in November.
Oh, see, there you go.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, just know that he's okay, Val. Okay. So just kind of have that faith that he's okay. And it really is that place to
Okay.
celebrate him. Continue celebrating him. Okay. But once
Okay.
I'm telling you, there's something around the doorway. So once you sort that out for me, will you promise to put that in the Facebook comments? It's there. Go around the house.
Yes.
Go
Okay.
walk around the house when you get off the call. It's there. I can tell. I can feel it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Lots of love to you.
Hey, thank you guys
Thanks
so
for
much. Have a
calling.
You're
good
welcome.
night.
You too.
You
Bye-bye.
too, Val.
Bye.
Bye.
Many blessings. He was a
All
big
right.
Thank you.
writer. He was a
Yeah.
big writer.
Yeah, you could tell he's just this guy who's just got a wonderful, doesn't he feel fine though? That's so,
He feels so, so good. Like, the feeling that I had on Earth was that he had a bit of a cloudy mind and heart. Like, not
Mhm,
that he was
mhm.
negative, but that he had gone through a lot. And he came through with clarity and peace
Yeah,
and
just
just
peace.
serenity. Like, it's beautiful.
100%. Do you feel like you have your own gifts and you want to explore and expand them? How many times do you have dreams that just come true? Or you will simply know something? Well, guess what? You can expand and develop your gifts today. Go to colbyrebel.com and visit my classes. I have e courses that you can watch and learn in the comfort of your home. Everything from intuition, psychic, to even connecting to loved ones on the other side. So visit colbyrebel.com and start developing your gifts today. Let's take another caller. This is
Yeah.
609. Hey, 609.
Hello.
Hi there.
Hi, this is Joe.
Hi,
This is
Joe.
Joe.
How you doing?
I'm doing okay. I was just calling to find out if possibly my best friend Bob, if he's lurking around tonight, and I had a
Okay.
question for him.
Oh, all right. All right. Matthew, it's his buddy Bob. So, what do
All
you
right,
get?
let's take a look.
Okay.
Um, Would you understand Bob passing from something that affected either his heart or his lungs, Joe?
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
So the first thing
absolutely.
as all right, as he stepped forward, you know when a sound when a beer can makes when you open it? It's like that
Yeah.
kind of like a high like
Yeah.
a weird "psst" sound. So when he stepped forward, that's the first thing that I heard.
Yeah,
So to
yeah.
me, this is somebody that is very loving and a big
Oh,
personality, but
I
like
was
a
seeing them
really
drinking beer
big
together.
heart. Yeah, like, he feels
Oh
like
yeah.
he has such a big heart and he's loving. He's talking about a trip to a lake or something like that. I don't know if you can understand either going places like that with him or if he went to places like that, but he's showing me that, Joe. He's also wanting to talk about you healing your physical body. He's showing me your lower back is very tense or holding a lot of tension or something like that. He is saying to go easy with your
Okay.
body. It's very important. And I know that you're asking for Bob to step forward, but I'm also getting another man around you that's coming in just to say hello. And he comes in as much older than you. So this to me could be like a grandfather figure. I feel like he passed when you were very young, but he's showing me a gun, which to me is somebody who did hunting or like had some kind of a wilderness type connection.
Probably,
And
probably
pardon?
my father.
Okay,
Probably
all
my
right.
father.
Okay, perfect. And he's coming forward for you. He's wanting you to know that he still supports you a lot from spirit. He's acknowledging the differences in your personalities, but also the similarities. He says that both of you had big hearts, but he had a bit of a jerk side to him. But he says that you didn't inherit that, which he's happy about. And he says that your work is about to change in the between May and September. It's going to be very positive for you. And as I say that, I can hear Bob clapping, and he says it's about time in the background. So yeah, no, your loved ones are
Okay.
definitely there.
So, Joe, what is yeah, when I saw the beer cans too, but I just saw you guys kicking back and drinking beers.
Yeah,
um,
you know me.
what
Um,
what was the question you had? To see we may or may not be able to answer it, but what was the question?
um, he had mentioned something. He the last time I saw him, he said, "Go away,
Oh,
go
got it.
away. We're
Hmm.
not ready."
Uh-huh, uh-huh. Oh, yeah,
All right.
I think that's his, if he had said, "Go away, we're not ready," I really he didn't say that to you though, correct? He just was saying it while he was with you.
Um, no, he said it to me, but it wasn't
No, I don't I
in the
feel like
physical. It
I
wasn't in the physical.
yeah, I have a feeling, and we'll see what Matthew says. You know, when someone goes to pass, their loved ones come and get them? I almost feel it was like his loved ones were around, and he's like, "No, go away. I'm not ready." That was my sense of it.
Okay.
I don't think it's about you. Matthew, what do you feel around it?
So I got something a little bit different, but as you know, we can see things differently, and it doesn't mean one of us is right or one of us is wrong. But what I'm getting, Joe, okay, so he's talking about at that same period of your path that you were just coming out of your own period of difficulty. He's telling me that you had just come out of this sort of deep valley of not feeling so great that you had been in for like a while. Like he's showing me 3 to 7, so 3 to 7 days, weeks, months, or years. And he says, as you were emerging from this, that is when you got this message, is when you started to align yourself more with who you're meant to be, that this came through. So I don't know if you can understand that, but that's what he's saying. And he says
Yeah.
that in a sense, there was a period of an ego death that you went through, a period of having to let go of a lot of things and even give up things. And I feel like the message that came through from him was really about that, because sometimes when we go through an ego death, our sort of the essence of who we are perceives it as a death. And so if there was a moment where you're like, okay, I think I'm done, like I think this is it for me, then that's kind of what
Right.
I'm getting. And he was letting you know that that's not the case.
Yeah.
Okay.
S Does this help, Joe?
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. I think I
Okay.
I I feel like just real quick, one just quick thing and we'll let you go is I just feel like with your friend, I don't know what it was. Either there was a little bit of not anger necessarily, but I don't think he got to do everything he wanted to do. He feels like he was being held back in some ways, you know? And
Right. Right.
I feel like for him, he just felt like he couldn't move. I mean, even maybe physically he couldn't move. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Okay.
Yes, he was having some tough times.
Okay, and I just feel like he
But
wants you to
but
know
all
he's
right.
okay, and he's in a much better space, I guess we could say. Much better mental space.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
All
Yep.
right.
All right.
Lots of love to you, Joe.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for
All
calling,
right. Thank you.
Joe.
Oh,
Bye-bye.
all
Thank
right,
you.
Matt. Thank you. All right. Bye bye.
You're welcome.
Oh, fun, huh? Okay. How about another one? You wanna do another one? See how it
uh,
goes?
twist my rubber arm.
Okay, all right. Here we go. How about let's see, how about 520? Hey,
Hello,
52. Hi there, who is this?
Janine.
Hi, Janine. How you doing, sweetheart?
I'm okay. How are you?
Doing okay. Doing all right. We've got Matthew here. We're so lucky. What can we do for you tonight?
Well, my stepdad just passed on Christmas Eve,
Okay.
and I just would like to connect with him.
Okay. I want to make sure though, are you in a good place that you're ready to hear a message?
Yes, yes.
Okay, just making sure. Matthew, do you start? You want me to start? You can go.
You can go if you can start if you want.
Now you're the guest of honor. You go.
All right, fine, I'll go. All right. So let me tune in. All right. So
Okay.
Janine, as I'm stepping into your energy, I'm asking for your stepfather to step forward and talk with us. Would you understand him having a cough or something that's very constrictive in his chest, like pneumonia or something like that?
Yes.
Okay. And I feel like he was one of those people that on the outside he could be like a little bit tough, but everybody knew he was a big softie, like a big teddy bear. I get such a big heart when I'm in his energy field. He's also talking about a woman who's had cancer. So I don't know if that's somebody on earth or somebody in spirit, but he's talking about a woman who suffered cancer or illness or something like that. He's putting a lot of love around that. He says his passing for him came on quickly, not instantly, but something that spiraled downhill fairly fast. I also get the feeling that he's this is so weird. He's showing me like a room full of people and they're pulling out like old board games like a crocono game and things like that. So to me this is saying that he felt very safe at his time of passing, but also very surrounded by people that he cared about. He's also giving me the feeling that he's with another man on the other side, and this other man feels like he died young. So to me this is somebody who is like middle aged at the very most at their time of passing. And I don't feel like you knew this man, but I feel like your stepdad was very close to this man at some point in his path. And they are together on the other side. He is definitely around you. Do you have a brother as well? Or is there a young man who's alive that's connected to your family?
Yes.
And is there a sister as well or another female?
Yes.
Okay. He's sending a lot of love to them as well. He's acknowledging that people have kind of been feeling a little bit separate from each other or kind of, distant. He's saying that this is going to get better, that this is not going to stay this way, that this is going to improve. So yeah, no, he's in a very good place, Janine. I get nothing but a lot of love. I also get the name Joseph is important, and I don't know where to place that. But it did come through on the paper here.
Do you understand the name Joseph anywhere for you, honey?
No.
Not for anyone in the living or in a middle name or anything like that?
Mm-mm.
Or a John?
No.
Okay. Well, it can come in somewhere. Sometimes we get that little psychic amnesia, but when you're off, just see if that name sits with you, okay?
Yeah.
Couple things I get
Yeah.
around him. I just feel like this stepdad, he doesn't make me, he kind of removes the word step from the relationship. I just feel like he feels very close to you, like you're just his daughter. He doesn't put that word step
Yeah.
in there. And he makes me feel like he was
Yeah.
very, very supportive. And I think, like, he almost raised you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like there's a big part where he felt like he was that role model for you. He wanted to show you like a good man, so to speak? And there's a lightheartedness to him. I just think there's like a real kind of lightheartedness, a real almost like younger than his years kind of a feeling. Does that make sense?
Everything you guys have said makes 1000% sense to me. It's
Oh,
exactly describing him.
he is with you. I just saw a Irish clover. I'm just curious, was he Irish or do you have any connection to an Irish clover that you could think of?
He wasn't Irish, but I'm Irish.
Ah, got it. Okay, got it.
I have
I
red hair.
Oh, there we go. Luck of the Irish, right? And this just real quick though, I do feel like your mother I feel like your mother's on the other side, and I feel like she just wants to say hello to you too. So she just wants to let you know that she's okay and that they are reunited, okay?
Awesome.
All right,
Does he
sweetheart.
have any guidance? Does he have any guidance for me on my living situation
Matthew?
that he left me in?
It's it's already in the process of getting better, Janine. Between now and the end, like at the end of March, what I got an image of, and this is gonna sound weird, but it was an explosion, but in a really positive way. It was like this burst of light.
Mm.
And so to me, that's like a breakthrough that is like an overcoming of challenges. And what I feel that will be the most, it will be clarity. It will be things falling into place, things making sense. Because right now, what they're showing me is like, it's probably symbolic, but like a house, and you're like living in the middle of the living room, and there's boxes and furniture and things piled up all around you. And so to me, what I get from that is it's kind of left you in this sort of space of not being able to do a whole lot, feeling very constricted, feeling very confined, and not knowing where to start is maybe even the biggest part of it. But by the end of March, or at the end of March, I see this just total clarity washing over, and I also feel that you will there will be a change of residence, but in a very positive way. So I'm not worried about you at all, Janine. I think you're going to be totally fine.
Okay.
I know it's
Okay.
nerve-wracking, but it's gonna be okay. And just let yourself heal, okay, sweetheart?
Absolutely.
All right. All right. Lots of
Thank
love
you
to
You
you.
so
you
You're
much.
aren't alone.
welcome. All right.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
Bye.
you.
It's hard when they lose a loved one. And so recently, that's why I wanted to make sure she was okay, you
Yeah,
know?
I think that was really, really smart because yeah, I've definitely yeah, I think that we have to be prepared to put people back together even if it takes 10 hours to do it. So I think that was a
Yeah.
very responsible question to ask, 100%.
Um, all right. So we've got another caller here. Let's do another one. Here's
Yeah.
951. Hey, 951. This is Colby and Matthew. Who is this?
This is Diana.
Hi, Diana. How you doing, honey?
I'm doing okay. How about you guys?
We're good. We're good. What can we do for you tonight?
Well, I'm 39 years old now. I lost my parents when I was 16 in a murder suicide, and I just have struggled with it
Yeah.
forever. I've definitely struggled with it for a long, long time. I struggle with feelings of guilt and me not stopping them going to dinner or things that happened that night, and
Oh,
I'm just
honey.
always
Mm.
Okay. Okay.
that, and
Definitely.
I just want to know that they're okay, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Of
They
course,
are
yeah.
okay. I mean, the first thing I got, they must, they were, they, I'll just tell you something I got off the bat, and I know you might not be able to validate. I honestly feel like it was like almost a spur of the moment situation because I feel like they got into a fight, and it feels like your parents were pretty passionate. So it kind of feels like it spurred from a fight. Matthew, what do you have around them, honey?
So immediately, I want to say they are okay, and it's interesting
Yes,
because I heard a
yes.
male voice say "a okay," which to me is like ultra okay, right? I got a mouthful of
Mhm.
spaghetti. I don't know what to do with that. Where did that fits in? Yeah, no, I get such a peaceful vibe around both of
Mhm.
them, and I also see this. So to me, this is together. This is holding hands. This is cherishing. This is still there. And what I'm being shown is there is nothing that you could have in any
No.
level done to prevent this from happening at all. Like there is absolutely nothing that you could have done to shift this. As Colby said, it's something that came on very
That's
quickly.
what
I
it
would
does.
agree
Don't you
with that.
feel? Yeah, it just feels
Uh,
like does that make sense, Diana? Do you know anything that happened, sweetheart, or do you not know anything that happened?
I know
oh,
everything that happened, most kind of.
Okay,
I,
Matthew, what were
I
you gonna say?
I wanted to say that this it's interesting because I feel like they were both good with it. And that's the weird I know that probably sounds very strange, but I'm being shown they were both good with it. This was like it wasn't necessarily a talked about decision, but I get that they when this started to unfold, I'm just hearing a woman's voice saying we were good with it. Like we
Me,
this
I
was
think
okay.
I think I
Yeah.
wanna clarify, though, if it's okay, Matthew, that you're meaning
Mhm.
from the other side. So not that she was okay as it was I mean, I think from the other side. I don't think she woulda wanted to leave her daughter, but I think it's from the other side
Mm.
that she's okay, right? Is that what you mean, or
I think that yeah, I think so, and I think even towards the very, very last moments, I feel like she understood it. Like there was something about her understanding what was happening, and was able to let go in the moment. But when it comes to you, Diana, I very much feel them present around you. I very much feel their love around you, and if they could have not left, they would not have left. But as you probably know, no death happens by accident. It is impossible. And so I feel that even though it was their time, I do feel like they wish they could have stayed with you. There's also a young boy or a baby that grew up into a man in spirit as well. So to me, this is somebody who's lost a baby, lost a child, and I see that child around them as well. So whether that was somebody that your mom lost either as a baby or as a miscarriage or whatever, I see that child there as well. But they're definitely with you, Diana. And please do not in any way, shape, or form blame yourself. This is not anything you could have prevented at all. Even if you would have been sitting there, you couldn't have prevented it.
I mean, do you know if there was an argument? Because I just keep feeling there was an argument.
I feel like there had to have been an
I
argument. They went to dinner in separate
Yeah,
cars. They were separated at the time,
yeah, and I
and they went
think
to get dinner
and
together in
your
separate
dad
cars, and
was your
yeah.
dad the aggressor? Would that make sense? Is that correct?
Yes,
I feel like, and I could be wrong here, I feel like either your mom to me felt like she was done. I feel like she was, like, really saying, "All right, I'm gonna move on with my life." I feel like that's where she was, and I think your dad wasn't quite there. So I think when they went to dinner, he's kinda thinking, "We can make this work out. I can make her change her mind." I think she
that
might
completely makes sense.
I think she might have been seeing someone. She makes me feel like she was, like, starting to date or, and I feel like that kinda jealousy streak in your dad came out, and, so this doesn't feel planned at all. It definitely feels like this spur of the moment. It wasn't even planned. I think, unfortunately, he took your mother's life. I think he regretted it. I think he regretted it in the moment. I think he was horrified and therefore led to his passing, right? But your mom is they're both beautiful souls. I think it's difficult because I want you to love your dad as well, right? I know that maybe you struggle with that. I'm not sure, right? I shouldn't love him because of what he did. But I feel like they both love you
Um,
so much. They both love you.
yeah, yeah, I actually struggle with feelings of guilt I
Yeah.
was a daddy's girl, so I
Yeah.
struggle with
No,
feeling guilty about still
loving
I
him or
mean,
taking
I
his side in a way,
yes,
right? Don't do sweetheart, don't that's it's not your responsibility, honey. I mean, just you've carried this for 39 years. Well, minus 16. The accountant in me is done. 23 years, something like that, right?
yeah,
I want you to imagine this because, I would love, we could tell you all day long that your parents are okay. And we could tell you all day long, like Matthew said, they are at peace with where they are. And I 100% agree with him. I want you to just
okay.
imagine sitting at a, I want you to imagine yourself sitting at a kitchen table, okay? All right, just can you do this for a second? Close your eyes, honey. Imagine yourself sitting at the kitchen table and your parents on the other side of that table, okay? Both of them next to each other, just as you remember them, okay? I want you to say to them, for 23 years, I've carried this. Ask them if they would want you to carry this kind of guilt for 23 years. Ask them if that's what they want from you. Do you think that's what they would want for you to keep carrying this?
No, I don't think so, no.
No, honey, they wouldn't. They really wouldn't. So give yourself permission to live your life. That's what they would want for you, okay?
Okay,
You can do this. 2021,
okay.
it's a fresh start, right, Matthew?
Yes, yeah, very much so. And I have to say, Colby, I think that exercise that you walked Diana through is beautiful. I love it, and I think you're absolutely right. I don't feel like they want you to carry this guilt. I feel like they want you to let it go, to release it, to not hold on to it, and to realize that you would never have been able to stop them.
No.
You could have done anything, and it would not have, it just wouldn't have happened. I feel, I understand that it's hard to know that, but also know that the guilt that you feel is from the perspective of the age that you were at the time.
Yes.
And and that's what your guides are saying as well. Like this was the guilt is a memory of that age. And if you think about yourself from an adult perspective, looking back on how old you were then, could you have really done anything to stop it, to stop them from going to dinner, to if you would have been sitting there, could you have stopped it? The answer I'm getting is no.
Yeah.
And so remember that the trauma side of it is telling you that you could have made this not happen. But I'm being shown that, to look at it, to remember that you're remembering it from a young age.
Yeah, see,
Very
sweetheart.
important.
And then one thing to leave you with, it's 1/21/21. Okay, so when we talk about a fresh start, you've got 1/21/21. It's a perfect time. It couldn't be a better date for you to start over. So I want you to just look at when you see 21 or when you see 211 or 111, any of those combinations of numbers, just know that that's going to be your parents around you, letting you know they're okay. Sound fair?
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
that
All right.
sounds great.
So,
Thank you
lo
so much.
you're welcome. Lots of love to you,
I've never
sweetheart.
I've never done anything like this or talked to anybody like this, so this is very comforting and good to know, and thank you so much.
This was your night.
You're
Yeah.
very welcome.
Yeah.
Very welcome.
All right. Bye-bye, hon.
Thank you for
Thank
calling
you,
in.
bye-bye.
It was her time, Matthew, right? It was her time.
I
So,
agree, and I have to say I loved watching you do that reading and that healing work. Colby, I think you just I think you gave her something really truly beautiful, a moment with her parents at the breakfast table. I almost started, like, I felt like I was gonna to lose it for a second. So,
oh.
like, it was absolutely beautiful, and I think that what you gave to her was phenomenal. So,
Well, it's this combination of these messages and these readings, and so many people, I love it. When they say, you pull them in, you could tell when you're connecting, they feel it, they know it, and
mm.
there's something so reassuring about it. So, but we have come to the end of our time together. Can you believe it? That's how quickly it goes.
It went so fast. That was insanely fast, but it
It
was a
is.
pleasure to work with you again. I love our tag team readings. It's so
So
much
much
fun.
fun. All right, so MatthewStapley.com. They
Mhm.
can follow you on social media as well. And you guys, I'm going to tell you, you got to follow him on Facebook. This guy does a lot of Facebook Lives, does readings. It's a lot of fun to watch him. So, and again, let's just talk about these cards one more time. The emotive tarot, people can get them. So, did you put them on your I know I saw the link on your Facebook. Is the link on your
Yes.
website as well that they could get the link?
And not yet, but it's going to be. Yeah, I so
Okay.
badly have to revamp my website.
Okay,
It's so
okay.
out of date.
So, at least go to his Facebook page and you will see the link. And I'll be sure to put the link, you guys, in the show comments here as well so you can go back and purchase those cards. Matthew, I just thank you so much. It's been a
Thank
pleasure.
you. It is so listen, anytime, Colby, anytime. It is a pleasure, and I love your shirt. I love it. Like, it's
Thank you.
amazing. It's like happiness. It's phenomenal.
Thank you, thank you. All right, lots of love, and I'll see you soon, okay?
You as well. See you
All right.
soon. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for
Bye.
listening to the Colby Rebel Show. Be sure to follow Colby on social media at Psychic Rebel. And if you've enjoyed this podcast, please head on over to iTunes to leave a review to help Colby grow the tribe. Colby is an international psychic medium, teacher, best-selling author, and speaker. She is a master teacher of the Lisa Williams International School of Spiritual Development and is the owner of the Colby Rebel Spirit Center in Los Angeles. Visit colbyrebel.com.
Do you feel like you have your own gifts and you want to explore and expand them? How many times do you have dreams that just come true, or you will simply know something? Well, guess what? You can expand and develop your gifts today. Go to colbyrebel.com and visit my classes. I have e courses that you can watch and learn in the comfort of your home. Everything from intuition, psychic, to even connecting to loved ones on the other side. So visit ColbyRebel.com and start developing your gifts today.